How many moves is this? Is this 1 move, 2 moves, or 4 moves? Depending on who you ask, people say different things. Let's see why. Everyone has their different kind of metrics when counting moves. Now, here's the first one, and it's basically called quarter turn metric or QTM. How does this work? Well, every single move you do counts as 1 move. Basically, if this is 1 move, and this is 2 moves, hence the name quarter turn metric. For every quarter turn you do, that's 1 move. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 2 moves. And for the middle layer, this is 2 moves because you're only counting the outer layers. So this would be 2 moves. This would be 4 moves. The next one is called half turn metric. As you might expect, this is basically double of quarter turn metric. Basically, this is 1 move, but this is 1 move also. Basically, any turn you do on the outer sides counts as 1 move. So that would count as 6 moves. While in quarter turn metric, since these are all double turns, that would count as 12 moves. And generally in half turn metric, this would count as 2 moves also. There's 2 more. The next one is called slice turn metric, and this is probably what you think it is. Basically, everything is 1 move, so even a slice move, where this was 2 moves in the other metrics, this is 1 move. So just a slice is 1 move. Any slice where it's an M, S, or E. So in slice turn metric, this is only 1 move. Here's another one that I saw recently. It's called ATM or axial turn metric. Basically what this is it's kind of a combination between half and slice turn metric, where if you do a double move like this, it's 2 moves. But if you do just 1 slice move, like not an M2 but an M prime, then this is 1 move. So I guess it's kind of like whatever axis you turn, even if it's a middle one. If you turn it once, it's 1. If you turn it twice, it's 2. If that makes sense. So basically, an R would be 1 move, an R2 would be 2 moves, an M prime would be 1 move, and an M2 would be 2 moves. And now we have the most complicated one, which is execution turn metric or ETM. And this is basically where everything counts as a move. So a regrip is worth 1 move, a rotation is worth 1 move, well, a rotation is a type of regrip anyway, and also certain finger tricks come into play. For example, if you do U2 like this, where you use the same finger twice, that's 2 moves, but if you do a double flick like this, that's only 1 move. So hopefully you get the point. Different people count moves differently. Like, I can understand why some people might think this is 2 moves, or why some people might think this is 2 moves, this, and so it all makes sense, but let's be real, one of them's got to be more accurate. This is where we come into measuring algorithms by their speed, which kind of tends into JPM's video about his algometer. Now, if you have an algorithm, generally the amount of moves kind of judges how fast it is. For example, this JPM's about 14 moves, this TPM's 14 moves, and they're about the same speed. But for example, this GPM is about 15 moves, but it takes a lot longer to do. Now, why is this? I'm not sure if you noticed, but there were a lot of double moves in there. We can take the example from JPM's video. If we do 8 quarter turns, that's really fast. But if we do basically the same moves but double turns, as you can see, it's still really fast, but it takes significantly longer to do. This might seem weird at first, but it's actually really obvious, because for sure this R is faster than R2, and this U is faster than U2. So if an alg has a lot more double moves than usual, then it's going to be generally slower. But if you learn to do this double flick But if you learn to do this, double flick, or just this, or this D2, apart from flicking twice, then obviously that's faster. This is faster than this. So if you learn the double flicks, then these double moves, they can sort of be in between 1 and 2 moves. And by the way, this has nothing to do with the slices. Obviously, this is one motion, and in an algorithm sense, or at least speed solving, this is pretty close to one move. You can kind of have to regrip, but generally this is just one move. And if you just learn this, this can also be one move also. So quarter turn metric and half turn metric, both of them, they're not perfect for seeing how long an algorithm is just by judging by the moves. So that's why JPM said we need something just in between. So what do you think? Is this 1, 2, or 4 moves? Let me know in the comments below. And we'll see what's the most popular answer. And by the way, I tend to think this is just one move. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. It obviously explains this. We'll take the example from JPM's video. If I do 8 quarter turns, that's really fast. But if we do 8 half turns, you mess up.